Good there?
I'm just 40.
Feeling the age creeping in
I'm
slowly.
39. I'm not even 39 yet. So.
Hi, YouTube.
Hello, YouTube.
Aging is a cruel mistress.
Yeah.
Not even a mistress, just the cruel lady at the grocery store that's too close to you at all times.
Yes. Yeah. Especially with the shoveling and stuff that we've been doing, it's just like, oh yeah, I need to like. I feel like obviously I know this, but when I was younger, I did not have to limber up before shoveling snow.
Did not have to check your insurance plan before lifting anything.
Do a couple of squats, some stretches, and then get into it.
Yeah.
We're live on Facebook.
Oh, hi,
Hello, Facebook.
Welcome to our conversation about getting old. Instagram. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to our bi-weekly live stream behind the scenes, which I feel like I've never said that, but now, so we're just going to roll with it. This week, actually today, we just announced a very new project, which is pretty much going to be the entirety of this live stream, because as we know, as we spoke about last time, we're done with product launches for the year. It's about the holiday season.
We're done with Cyber Monday, Black Friday. We did RFAO. Like we're past all that.
We're past the big sales beats, and so now that finally like the air is clear, and that's gone. Like we can start to talk about one of the new big projects that we're working on called Everlight.
Yes, we've been teasing that like next year we have some big new things coming. And we announced today that we are working on a comic that the title is Everlight. It's in our off-world sort of vein. Without getting into too much of like everything that is said on the teaser is kind of as far as we really want to go today.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of time before the Kickstarter comes. There's some more details coming as we go. But I'm really excited that we finally get to start talking about this. We've been working on it for a long time.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
It's very cool. Like we're still actively working on this too. So it's like that's also the hype and the excitement for us internally, I think, or at least for the marketing team. I would say is like we can reveal the tip of the iceberg to really get y'all like started on what we're planning and cooking up. But we're still developing a lot of these things. Yeah. So it's an exciting time to like hear your guys' speculation and what things you would like to see. I know somebody has already committed me to like a webcomic series, which...
Web series was, I think the reference was that we were filming it. It's not a comic. It's like an actual show. They want us to make a show now. We're not ready to do that.
I wished.
Comics are a little bit less work. Mostly this, I feel like sets. And like special effects and stuff, like you can just draw those, and that's kind of nice. And
like having team of actors, which we have a lovely content creation team. We are not actors, right. So getting actors, getting film day,
just getting like a whole 60 seconds of footage where like the acting is good enough. It takes time. So
it takes
to do a whole series, we're not there yet.
Yeah, not there yet. But good things to cook VolanteCon.
But we do have some stories to tell. So we're doing it in another way.
Yeah, in another way. And so this story, for those who don't know, this is kind of like a co-collaboration between you and Willow, which I find really fun and interesting. Especially, it's, of course, we're a whole team, Volante, but this being such a different medium, like comics versus like clothing, it's the two of you really spearheading a lot of this.
Yeah, Willow has always been our writer. I'm very interested in lore. I'm really interested in like the details of things, and how things look and how they come together, and like how everything sort of. I'm interested in the web. I feel like of like how things are connected and how they all work, but the narrative is completely separate for me. Like it just doesn't. I just cannot come up with a narrative. So it's been fun to like, it's been a new sort of challenge for us to collaborate on creating a story that works with the things that we have, like that ties everything together, and it's fun.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I will say, a lot of people already. I think we had over 63 followers on Kickstarter earlier today, just from today's announcement, which is super exciting because, yeah, there's something cool about storytelling that I think we at Volante have always, like, at least since my time here, definitely decade more than that, storytelling has always been at the core of what we do, through all the pieces of clothing, through the collections.
It's a through line. It's like, you know, we make clothing and we sell clothing, and that's the practical thing that we put out, but but stories for us are what excite us about making clothing, what excite us about designing new things. Our licenses, you know, part of what's so exciting about licenses is that we are connected to that story.
Yeah.
We have some you know, it appeals to us, and it's like it has touched us in some way, and that we've always talked about the licenses that we actually sign are only of things that Willow or I are like truly invested in, because that's how we feel we can do an authentic recreation or translation of that thing into a piece of clothing that you can wear every day. And our original stuff has never had an explicit story.
Right.
But there's always been, you know, like I said, like there's a lore in like how I've designed clothing, like the Augment collection. There's the Augment J3 was the first Augment jacket that came out. But there are two concepts of things that I started and never really finished of the Augment J1 and J2. Like there's lore and there's connectivity and there's like a through line of the design, but there's no world or story or something. So so we wanted to take it. I think it's an opportunity for us to take it a little further than we have before.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. Like as creatives, just like having a new venture, like a new outlet, a new challenge to really dive in, and like knowing that Willow is like super big. I'll speak for her a little bit. Like she is a very big book nerd. Like so many books. Dear God, I've only seen a fraction of them in so many books. And I can imagine you as well, between film and other sources.
Less on the written side, but more on the other, you know, other forms of media. Yeah.
Feels like a perfect fit.
Yeah, it's very for us. I mean, Willow and I have been doing this doing this clothing company for almost 13 years now, and you know, we were talking about it over the last year. Like, how can we change it up? Like, what can we do that's different? And this is the most exciting. This is like the most excited for how we create new things that I've been in a while. Which is not to say I haven't been excited about making new things, but like it's like there's some hype opportunities. There's some things that we can do that would not really make sense to do otherwise.
Right. So, like you said, new challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get to test and.
Where I'm saying I'm doing my best not to spoil things. It's very, very hard.
It is very hard. I have to put on my personal filter too of like,
Yeah. So we announced a Kickstarter.
Yes.
And
this is what, Kickstarter number 2?
This is Volante Design's second Kickstarter, third party crowdsourcing venture.
Yeah, take us on the road of that journey. So what has that been, and kind of what has it meant to do those things?
Right. We don't do it often. There's an interlude in this story, but I'll get there. That's a foreshadowing. But the first thing we did when we first started, when we first went viral with the Kenway /Eagle, and it was just like it was me. I was there making things, and I needed help. Willow jumped in to help me. We started a company together. I grabbed a couple of friends who knew enough about certain things to get me going. And the biggest hurdle at that beginning was going from, you know, hand drawing patterns on pieces of paper and taping them together and cutting out fabric by myself to having digital patterns that I can use and grade and send to manufacturers in a way that is like actually, you know, effective. And so that software to do that, to make patterns, is very expensive.
Yeah.
So we opted for an Indiegogo campaign at the time. We made to raise funds to purchase a license of Optitex, which was like, it was $20,000.
Wow.
for the license. So it's quite a beast.
A little bit.
But we raised the funds. We made a bunch of cool stuff. We made messenger bags. We made all sorts of interesting stuff with that campaign. So that was like within the first 6 months of starting the company. That was our first crowdfunding to really get going. And then we did a little like the interlude is like we did sort of a self-hosted crowdfunding campaign where we built it on our website. We built it in WordPress, and I got a bunch of apps, and I built it all together so that we could make the Legends of Time collection, which was all Zelda stuff.
Yeah.
And not all of those pieces. There's a whole bunch of pieces that we designed all to go together, a few for each of the three pieces of the Triforce. Only one of those actually ended up getting made, and then eventually we made the Mina Bolero, which was a sort of redesign of the Bolero of Wisdom.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was like an interesting learning experience because we didn't get a lot of press with that. We did our best, but we were hosting it ourselves, so it wasn't on another platform. It didn't have, people weren't coming looking for a crowdfunding thing, and they, so only some of those things were successful. So that was sort of learning part number 2.
Right.
And then our Kickstarter campaign for the operator system in 2021 I think it was 2020. Now I'm a little lost. I think it was 2021 we launched it. That's when we launched the campaign. I think we raised $250K roughly.
Wow.
We had, thousands of supporters. We made a whole bunch of bags. It was a very cool system. It was extremely complicated, and it worked. And we learned a lot from that as well. So, but we also had some setbacks on that because cost of production changed from like our original estimates. Like our whole Kickstarter was based on the estimates and like some like vague promises from factories that ended up reneging on them and reneging on the entire project. So then we had to find a new factory that could more or less match those prices, and then they couldn't. So it was this, and whenever they tried to, they cut corners in other ways. So there was a whole bunch of like, it was a very not easy learning experience for us. But it was successful. Most people who got their bag kept their bags and loved their bags.
Yeah.
We did do a buyback to buy back the ones that didn't work, that had flaws, and I think it was a small percentage of them.
It was, yeah. I don't remember the exact number, but I do know even the community came out and there was a lot of support behind that for people saying like,
this is cool, but I'm keeping mine.
I'm keeping mine and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah. So here we are, crowdfunding campaign number 4, technically.
Kind of. 3.5.
Yeah. But our second Kickstarter campaign. It's an opportunity. Kickstarter is as much a marketing tool as it is a way of raising funds. We want to reach new people. There's always a push to reach new people, as you know, as our marketing coordinator.
Yep.
And so this is, it's a way, and we're doing something really different from what we've done before. So it seemed like a good opportunity for us to do a Kickstarter campaign based around that.
Right.
Yeah. And we get to apply a lot of the learnings from all of our previous crowdfunding situation. I think this one, we intend it to go extremely smoothly.
Yeah. I think one of the biggest differences hearing you talk about like some of the challenges with the ops system is this is, even with the Legend of, won't say Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, the Legends of Time.
Legends of Time, that one, the Time Legends.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest differences is this is such a different medium that we're producing at the end.
Right.
We're like clothing, it's, people who know us, if you're watching this live stream, you know how our sizing works, how, our color, like the different colors, and we have multiple sizes per run. So I feel like there's even like logistically a much different challenge versus like a comic. You know what I mean? It's just, it's definitely a very different outcome. So I think that by itself will make it a little.
Printing a high quality comic is not a major production challenge.
Right.
Especially given like, we've been Willow and I, at the very least, but we've been going to conventions for 15 years.
Yeah.
Well, most of them Comic-Cons. We have a lot of contacts, a lot of people who have dabbled in this medium and sort of know their way around. So we've got a lot of resources to ensure that we do it right. And contacts that can help us to do the printing and to do the production. So we've already sort of set some of the groundwork for that.
Yeah.
It should be, that part of this process should be fairly smooth.
Right. Yeah. All right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I think we're about at time. And unless there's anything else you wanted to say about
I mean, I'm excited. I think,
Yeah.
and I think the Kickstarter will be really fun. We're coming up with some cool, additional perks that we can do with the Kickstarter. We will reveal more
Oh, yeah.
more about the updates about the actual comic, some stuff about the lore, how we're building it, what it is. I think over the next few months.
Yep.
And some teasers and some concept art and stuff like that will start coming up soon. We will post those to the Kickstarter page as updates.
We will. So once the Kickstarter goes live, then it'll post up to updates. We're not revealing the date yet, so if you want to keep up to date, obviously email our socials, our Discord, and then if you go to our Kickstarter page, you can actually click the button that says notify when this goes live.
Yep.
So that is the best place to start. We'll probably be sneaking some teasers in beforehand.
Yeah.
I would just say stay tuned.
Yeah. Were there any sort of comments or questions, Dan, before we?
No questions.
Sweet.
One person said just that they bought a Devil May Cry jacket at C2E2
Nice.
Hi.
there, and
Nice.
otherwise just some hype for the Kickstarter.
Sweet.
Sweet. We love hype.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely, we will do our best to filter ourselves. I say that kind of to David, especially, and Will.
I'm trying.
We will do our best to filter ourselves. I mean, you can keep guessing. I know some people in the Discord really love to try to figure it out, and we will not confirm or deny anything because
Yeah.
we want to build the hype, and also we don't want to give away too much because then that is going to be a disservice to y'all.
Yeah,
down the
exactly.
road. So
Cool.
sweet.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you. And join us in a couple weeks, possibly holiday depending.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, if not, at some point.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on the Discord.
One question that came right at the end,
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
which is David wearing a similar prototype to the one that Willow keeps teasing?
I think it's the prototype.
I put on Willow's jacket. I was trying to channel her energy. In some way
Chaotic.
or other.
Dancing on the line of chaos and culprit.
Yep.
Nice. All right. Thanks, everybody.
See y'all later.
Bye.